year now, COVID-19 has swept through nearly every country in the world, unleashing an unprecedented global health and economic emergency. At the same time, another potentially more lethal emergency continues to threaten us. That is, the warming of the planet. While the impacts of the climate crisis, Amazon forest fire to Chennai flood, there is no doubt that our world is changing. It's not just that our own health and economies are being threatened. It's that climate change is reshaping a planet that will not support the lives of future generations. Let's admit, there's one solution to all problems. That is planting more and more trees. Tree planting is undoubtedly the most difficult job in the world. But why would anyone do it? Because if we do not, life would be much worse. You might not be shocked to know that for the past 100 years, our Earth's average temperature has risen by 1 degree. Now close your eyes and imagine if our planet starts to get hot even by 2 degrees daily than what it was back in the 1900s. Then heat waves, animals extinction and flooding will be a common scenario. We must come up with solutions, right? Because doing nothing will be reckless. Wondering how? It will not only affect humans, but will also create an extreme interference to all life on Earth, including sea animals and land animals. So children, what is the way out? Any guesses? While the world is currently home to approx 2 trillion trees, we tend to lose approx 9 billion of them every year. And guess what? We have become an expert in chopping off trees for our own means without even thinking about replanting them. And the consequences are already known to us. You will get the answer in Class 3 environmental science books. 20% of our Earth's greenhouse emissions are caused by deforestation and 14% by transportation. The truth is, we know how to fight the climate crisis, reduce emissions, become carbon neutral, clean up oceans and develop a sustainable relationship with the natural world to restore the biodiversity of key habitats. But to make it successful, we need universal actions. Ever imagined how lives would be if we planted 1 trillion trees? Well, we could offset a decade's worth of those emissions. This will certainly help us to capture an estimated 200 gigatons of carbon over the coming decades, an amount equal to 2/3 of the pollution produced since the Industrial Revolution. If each one of us would have planted just 200 trees, reaching the goal of making 1 trillion trees is not that hard. But that's not just realistic. If we continue with the current state of deforestation without planting any more trees, then Earth will be completely treeless within 200 to 300 years. So why don't we think and come up with more feasible options? Tree planting drones can plant trees up to 1 lakh a day, that is equivalent to almost 60 to 70 planters. Planting 1 trillion trees won't be easy, but each one of us can make a difference in this fight. We can plant trees in backyards and neighborhoods, or donate to one of the many responsible programs that have long been restoring and protecting forests and woodlands in almost every country around the world. Our challenge is clear. We can protect and restore our forests while also investing in jobs and global economies. But our success will depend on one another. Together we can create the kind of change needed to heal our planet.